evening, Major fans, and welcome to another edition of the Major Rundown. My name is James Hill, and we have a great show for you today featuring the cross-country team and their team motto, Ariete, women's tennis player Deena Li Kam Wa, and a feature story on head women's soccer coach Amanda Paschall. Now let's take a look at this week in Millsaps Athletics. The Millsaps football team opened up Southern Athletic Association play as they went to Danville, Kentucky to take on the Center Colonels, where they took out Center 33-16 on their home field. The Majors are now receiving votes in both the D3Football.com national polls as well as the AFCA national polls. They were led by junior defensive tackle Joyner Stewart, who was named SAA Defensive Player of the Week, with 8 tackles, 2 sacks, 3.5 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble. He leads the SAA with 5.5 sacks this season, which is also number 10 in the nation, and the Millsaps defense is the #1 team in the nation in team sacks. Now we move on to volleyball. The women's volleyball team split this weekend as they traveled to Georgia. They dropped a match to Berry 3-1 before responding and defeating the Oglethorpe Stormy Peaches 3-0. The men's soccer team got a huge win over the Hendricks Warriors to start the season off 1-0 in the SAA as they defeated the Warriors in front of a soaked Harper Davis field 2-0. The fans still came out in white, and the Majors did not disappoint. Taylor Harrison had a goal as well as an assist in his outing, and senior goalkeeper Stephen Andrew had a clean sheet and was named SAA Defensive Player of the Week. The women's soccer team was also in action as they also went against the Warriors during a rainy-filled Saturday evening. They defeated Hendricks 2-1 after goals from Taylor Winslow and Margaret Eggers. Junior defender Madeline Hendricks had an assist and played phenomenal on defense throughout the evening, and she was named SAA Defensive Player of the Week. The Millsaps cross-country team competed in the Rhodes Invitational in Memphis, Tennessee. The Majors got great runs from freshman Jared Allen on the men's side and junior Sarah Sachs on the women's side. The Millsaps men's tennis team traveled to Atlanta, Georgia on the campus of Emory University to compete in the South Regional ITAs. The Majors got great performances from both Malta Schick, Adam Tilley, and Charles Rees as they competed well throughout the tournament and went far. Now let's go to Major Rundown reporter Hugo Cordova on a story on the cross-country team with their team motto, Ariete.
Who do you run for?
Millsaps!
What do you run for?
Ariete!
I can't hear you!
Ariete!
Ooh, ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord.
Now, what's that word on your shirt say? What does it mean?
This is the Greek word. It means, it says arete, which means excellence.
Of Ariete, pursuit of excellence.
Ariete.
Trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God.
Figured out kind of early on, maybe my second year here, that my runners needed something big to buy into. We don't have scholarships. It's not an athletic scholarship holding them together. And we needed an ideal. We needed an identity.
And since Coach Till's been here for the past few years, it's kind of something that we started to adapt as our motto for the team. We always strive for excellence and for our own personal excellence, both within our team and on our own. So being a virtue, the Greeks, excellence wasn't being the best, it was just being the best that you could be. And being the best person, that means academically, that meant athletically, that meant morally, that you personally could be. And so it's something that we all strive for because regardless of whether on October 27th of this year or next year or 2 years or 10 years, we go out there and we run fast enough that we win a conference championship or even medal, we can walk away with our heads held high knowing that we fully strive for our excellence.
I think it's working. It's not for everybody. You have to come into this program and you have to be dedicated. This is not just a hobby in a sense. You have to be truly dedicated, but he lets you know that up front. He lets you know that if this is not something that you truly want to pursue, this is not where you need to be. And when you have everybody on the team with that mentality of, we're giving this 100%, like our theme of Ariete, pursuit of excellence, then we're all working together to pursue that excellence.
Ooh, Lordy, my trouble's so hard. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble's so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble's so hard. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble's so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God.
I started really trying to figure it out, thinking every day, what are these guys about? What can I say to them to unite them?
Well, what puts in more miles a week, your shoes or your car?
It's not necessarily that you'll ever truly achieve excellence, but just you're always pursuing it. You're always going after, trying to be your best. So when you don't have that negative influence of people, if you don't have people on the team that are just kind of viewing this as like a fun little side thing, but everybody's trying to do their best through running, it helps a lot. It helps motivate you as being part of that team.
I'd probably have to guess my shoes, just because running 60 miles a week, so I don't really drive that much.
Well, the main thing we're looking for in recruiting, I'd say number one is character. To really find the young men and women who are looking for what we have to offer at Millsaps. And character is probably the most important thing, and finding young men and women who want to do this and have strong character. Number two, academics. They've got to be strong in the classroom. Millsaps is a very high academic school, and it's something that they need to take very serious. And then three, athletic ability. We're looking for, people love to run and have some talent with it. But the number one thing through the recruiting we're looking for is character.
Millsaps is a challenging school academically. There's no secret there. And with you being the captain of the cross-country team and carrying an extra load of responsibilities, how difficult has it been to balance that?
It's been a challenge, definitely more challenging than when I was captain in high school. And I mean, the workload of my major and the workload of Millsaps just in general, it definitely presents that challenge. But with time management, I think it's definitely doable, and it's definitely doable not just to scrape by or not just to get a 3.0, but to excel and aim to get a 4.0 and close to it.
I heard a speech by Dr. Peregin. He talked about Ariete, excellence. Greek virtue means just do your best in everything you do. Do your best, not someone else's best, but your best, and that's in the classroom. These are scholars that fits right in. It's also athletically and spiritually. And our guys just bought into it. I presented it to them last year at our first meeting, and I could see it work.
Be right back with women's tennis player Deena Li Kam Wa.
It's a new day in Jackson television. We are Metro TV, serving Madison, Rankin, and Hinds counties with a local flavor. It's all about local people, local places, local events, local business, and local fun. You'll see your friends, your neighbors, and your family on Metro TV. Our goal is to showcase the positive aspects of life in the Jackson metro area, from Brandon and Pearl to Madison, Ridgeland, Flowood, Clinton, Raymond, and Jackson. We'll provide professional quality, informative, entertaining, and fun programming specifically serving the Tri-County metro area. So get to know us. We are Metro TV.
There's a foreign connection this year on Millsap's campus, and it's found on both the men's and the women's tennis teams. For the women's side, their sophomore standout, Deena Li Kam Wa from the island of Mauritius. So Deena, where are you from?
Hey, I'm from Mauritius. It's an island next to the southeast coast of Africa.
What brings you to a place like Millsap's?
So I wanted to study in America, so I went to the Embassy of America in Mauritius. And I went to see the advisor there who advised me colleges. And then my dad made some research on colleges and he found Millsap's. And then I applied for tennis and the coach actually called me. And so, I mean, that's basically how it happened. I heard that Millsap's was a really good college for studies and I could play tennis.
Can you describe what your experience has been like here?
Well, I love Millsap's. I love the people here. Everybody's really nice. And then I love the tennis team. Last year, it was just amazing. We had an amazing team and we did really well. So I love Millsap's.
Can you describe what a player like Deena brings to your team?
Well, she's a really nice surprise as a first-year coach, not knowing what you have as you come in to have Deena have the kind of season that she did. Her competitiveness is really what sets her apart. Her willingness to do whatever it took to kind of get the win. She can play a lot of different styles of game, whether it be aggressive, offensive, whether it be a very defensive, athletic game. When you have someone like her at the top of the lineup that you know is going to most likely give you a win, that gives confidence to the rest of the team. And you're kind of starting out with 1 to 2 points every match because you know you've got a reliable number one player. The way that y'all been approaching each practice is the reason we've been successful. So we're gonna continue to start with making a lot of balls. That's what we've done, okay? Is making a lot of balls. We're making more balls than other teams. It might be boring, but it's successful, okay? I was real happy with the way our singles was played on Saturday. Let's make sure that we stay focused on practice today.
Have you progressed as a tennis player since you've arrived here at Millsap's?
I believe I did because first, like, the altitude is pretty different. Like playing back home and playing here, like the ball flies here and stuff, it's different. So we've been playing a lot last year. We've been playing almost every day, actually, and I really believe I did progress a lot.
Do you see those qualities that Deena possesses rubbing off on some of the other players?
Absolutely. I think there was an expectation once we got through kind of half the season last year and had been successful. There was an expectation of winning, not only from Deena, but all the way down, because we had confidence in ourselves. And whenever you have someone at the top of the lineup that's strong, it makes everyone else below that player feel much more confident.
What is tennis like in your home country, and can you compare it to what it's like here?
Well, Mauritius it's like a small island, so I think here, I mean, I've been playing a lot with the same people. Actually, I am the national tennis team back home, and so I've been playing for the national team, and I have traveled a lot with the team. I did a lot of ITF tournaments, and I mean, it's a little bit different because they focus on you personally, while like here, like we are a team and we play in a team, and so it's more focused on the team and trying to make the team better. So I think that's the main difference.
Do you like that unity aspect here?
I do, I really do. Like last year we were just like, it was funny how like we all got along really well. We had a really good team of 6 people, and we just really got along, and I don't know, it was great. I really like it.
This past summer you went home and were able to spend some time with your family for the first time in a year. What was that like?
Well, it was great. I mean, I was happy to see everybody back home. It was different too because like not all my friends were there, and then I mean, it was different because we didn't have school, and then it's been a year since I haven't seen them, but it was really nice like seeing everybody and being together again.
Does everybody in your home country get to go to college, or are you one of the few?
Actually, most people do go to college. We have like universities and colleges back home, but I mean, most people do. I mean, those who want to go to keep going with studies go to colleges, but some people stop and then start working from there after high school. But I guess most people do go to colleges, but a lot like stay at home, like in my country, to go to college, or some go like closer, like Asia or like England and stuff. So.
Do you feel you made the right choice coming to college here?
I do. It was actually my dream to come to the States to study, but then I had to decide between coming here in a college, in a small college, or going to a big university. And actually I wanted to study in a university because my brother is actually at University of Kentucky, and I wanted to follow his path. But then the advisor advised me Millsaps as a really good college. So then I decided to come here and try it, and I really think I did the best choice. Like, it was a really good choice, and I love it.
It's a new day in Jackson Television. We are Metro TV, serving Madison, Rankin, and Hinds counties with a local flavor. It's all about local people, local places, local events, local business, and local fun. You'll see your friends, your neighbors, and your family on Metro TV. Our goal is to showcase the positive aspects of life in the Jackson metro area, from Brandon and Pearl to Madison, Ridgeland, Flowood, Clinton, Raymond, and Jackson. We'll provide professional quality, informative, entertaining, and fun programming specifically serving the Tri-County metro area. So get to know us. We are Metro TV.
And welcome back to the Major Rundown. The Millsaps Majors women's soccer team is 5-4 so far this season, as they are looking for their first winning season since 2008 when they finished 13-7. A lot of thanks could be given to first-year head women's soccer coach Amanda Paschall. The Major Rundown caught up with the former soccer star, and here she is.
Yeah, it'll be good. Finishing will be good too, because it'll be a little bit, when you're
You were the assistant coach last year. This is your first year as head coach. How's everything going?
So far, so good. The girls are making, great strides, leaps and bounds this year, so it's going pretty well.
Who's emerging as the senior leader this year?
I think we have 3 seniors this year, and I think they all bring something slightly different as far as leadership goes. Dora's a constant positive, and, Margaret's a nice force on the field, and the same with Susan. And not to negate, Dora's, but Dora's been very positive as well on and off the field, which I think is also a nice kind of rounding out our group kind of deal.
Hard. Good. Next.
release, relax.
Wait, are we hitting with the laces or inside of the foot?
I mean, if I'm going to shoot, I'm going to strike with my laces.
The personal trainer had to make me.
You're going to get the reps of it here. You're going to get like 10 to 12 reps. Just hit it. Don't overthink it. Just step and strike it.
So you also played soccer here at Millsaps, correct?
That's correct.
What position?
I played forward.
Okay. Who on this team best represents your style of play?
I guess it would be a mix between Taylor's pace. I'm not going to say I'm the most skillful person, but I do have a pace and a decent touch. So, we got several players that have great touch on the ball. Red, Grace, Margaret, Dora, we got several of them. So I'd say a combination of the pace that Taylor brings to our team and then also the skill that a lot of our players provide. If you hit the ball with your laces, there's not going to be a keeper that's going to stop it. I laced it. The first one you hit,
I know, that was like
one.
Except it was like right there.
You just missed the goalpost by about that much.
Tell us about some of your fondest memories from Millsaps soccer.
One of the things which is kind of what I want to duplicate for the girls while I'm here is wins and losses kind of fade, but it's more the friendships and the relationships you establish. Some of my greatest friends are from the soccer program, and so going on road trips and getting to sit down at an awesome meal and that kind of stuff. Being able to be silly at the beginning of practice and just talk to each other. That's kind of those things I want them to be able to walk away from and have.
Grace was telling us about this year's team has a better feeling as far as a bond goes than it has in the past. Do you feel like the camaraderie's up?
I do. The camaraderie's up. The overall morale of the team is it's positive. You know what I mean? It's just a positive vibe. They come out and, for a great example, we played handball yesterday, which people are like, well, what does that have to do with soccer? Well, it teaches you about transition and defensive positioning. Well, they're able to go out and they're literally tackling each other and they're able to go hard, but then today in the training room, they're laughing about it. You know what I mean? So it's just the team, the environment, everything is just on this positive vibe and I love it. It's great. I mean, yes, you can squeeze it through the near post, fine. I'm not going to be mad at you.
Coach, tell us why you came to Millsaps in the first place. What did you study while you were here and why you chose soccer?
I originally started playing soccer to annoy my twin brother who was playing, and I was like, well, I want to play then. That's really how I got into it. But over the years, it's just been a passion of mine. I'm either talking soccer or I'm watching soccer. I pay an a lot amount of money just to be able to watch it on a daily basis. I chose Millsaps. I came over for a visit. A high school coach might have mentioned it. I wanted to play, high academics, but then also where I could come in and I could continue to play soccer for 4 more years. I came over, I met some of the girls, and the school, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I just walked around campus on a gorgeous spring day and I was hooked. You know what I mean? While I was here, I studied English. I have an English degree from Millsaps. And I came back, I always say Jackson and Millsaps, it's hard to get away from for me. And I'm from Tuscaloosa, it's only 2.5 hours away, Roll Tide. And so, it's a great environment, it's a great culture. You're able to explore, not only necessarily the sport you came to play or the degree you're seeking, but you just get a lot of different experiences. So, I went away for grad school, and as soon as I had the opportunity to get back, I was there.
It's a new day in Jackson television. We are Metro TV, serving Madison, Rankin, and Hinds counties with a local flavor. It's all about local people, local places, local events, local business, and local fun. You'll see your friends, your neighbors, and your family on Metro TV. Our goal is to showcase the positive aspects of life in the Jackson metro area, from Brandon and Pearl to Madison, Ridgeland, Flowood, Clinton, Raymond, and Jackson. We'll provide professional quality, informative, entertaining, and fun programming specifically serving the Tri-County metro area. So get to know us. We are Metro TV.
Now let's take a look at this week's Athletes of the Week. Our male athlete of the week is junior Joyner Stewart of Foley, Alabama. He has anchored the nation's leading pass rush with 2 sacks to go along with his SAA leading 5.5 sacks on the season, which is ranked number 10 in the nation. Stewart's first sack came at a key time as center drove to the Millsaps 28-yard line as he crashed through the Colonels' offensive line and dropped their quarterback for a 14-yard loss to put the Colonels out of field goal position. The defensive tackle led the team with 8 tackles to go along with 3.5 tackles for loss and a forced fumble as they stifled the center offense all day. That's this week's male athlete of the week. Now our female athlete of the week is senior Margaret Eggers. Eggers, a senior out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, scored the game-winning goal in a 2-1 victory over the Hendricks Warriors. With the score all knotted up at 1, Eggers took a pass in the 38th minute and found the back of the net to give the Majors a 2-1 lead as they held on for their first win in SAA play. Eggers was aggressive all day, firing 3 shots off, including one that just hit the crossbar on a free kick. She continuously made offensive opportunities happen in a rain-soaked evening. That's this week's Athletes of the Week. Now let's take a look at this week in Millsaps Athletics. After a 3-game road trip, the Millsaps Majors football team finally returns home as they will take on the number 24 team in the nation, the Huntington Hawks. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. at Harper Davis Field. The Majors are receiving votes right now in both polls and will look to possibly crack the polls with an upset of the Hawks. Move to volleyball. The volleyball team also returns home as they will be taking on the Hendricks Warriors on Friday at 7 p.m., followed by a matchup against the Rhodes Lynx at 1 p.m. on Saturday. We move to men's and women's soccer. They will both take to the road. They will take on the Center Colonels on Friday. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff Eastern Standard Time for the men, 5 p.m. for the women. And then they will return to action on Sunday as they will take on the Swanee Tigers. Men's and women's cross-country team is also in action this weekend as they will be at home at Choctaw Trails to compete in a Watson Ford Invitational set to begin at 5:15 p.m. And that's this week in Millsaps Athletics. Again, fans, don't forget that we are on every Wednesday and Thursday at 8 p.m., as well as GoMajors.com and our YouTube channel through Millsaps Athletics. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we hope you'll join us again next week for another edition of the Major Rundown.
It's a new day in Jackson Television. We are Metro TV, serving Madison, Rankin, and Hinds counties with a local flavor. It's all about local people, local places, local events, local business, and local fun. You'll see your friends, your neighbors, and your family on Metro TV. Our goal is to showcase the positive aspects of life in the Jackson metro area, from Brandon and Pearl to Madison, Ridgeland, Flowood, Clinton, Raymond, and Jackson. We'll provide professional quality, informative, entertaining, and fun programming specifically serving the Tri-County metro area. So get to know us. We are Metro TV.